The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Lee's interviews at Natchitoches Central High School. Lee's travels.
Brad Laird, coach at Natchitoches Central High School.
Coach, good to see you again, man. Good to know you coached many years at Northwestern State, and I want to go ahead and start out by, can you share your story of your Ruston days? You're a legend over there. Your quarterback days and that state championship year. A lot of people in the state would love to hear your thoughts on what it was like being the quarterback for those great coaches at Ruston back in the day.
Well, you know, I think that's the thing. When you look back at the time that we had when I was in school at Ruston, you know, the late 80s, that early 1990 year, you know, it was just one of those teams I think was destined. You know, this group started early, you know, and there was a lot of expectations in the 7th grade. And this bunch stayed together all the way through until that, you know, that season that a lot of people like to talk about in 1990. But, you know, it started with Coach Chick Childress and the staff and, you know, the legacy that he had built at Ruston High and just this, our senior group that came through. You know, a lot of good football players, rightfully so when you look at the number of guys that went on to play college football, went on to play in the NFL. But it was not just good football players, it was good people. And I think that was one thing that you saw with that group.
I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cheat while we're rolling. I'm going to get the Natchitoches Central Fieldhouse logo real nice. And Coach, talk about the Fieldhouse. You told me it was built 2 years ago.
Yeah, I tell you, you know what the school board did to invest in these young men, and that's what they have done. That's what the Natchitoches Parish School Board. You know, you've seen that over the last several years. You know, especially the few months that I've been here. To me, every good organization starts at the top, and that starts with Dr. Eloy and Coach Coleman and the job that they've done academically and athletically in investing in these young men.
You've got some good players this year, Braxton and some other guys we're going to interview later on, but I want to mention some of those big names. Go back to Ruston, Rodney Young, Ramon Malcolm, and Bobby Williams. I mean, man, those guys were Power 5 signees on 1 year. And then you went to quarterback here in Northwestern State. Am I saying that right?
That's correct.
Because I knew you were the head coach later on at Northwestern State.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to play with the guys that you talked about and a lot of great teammates that, you know, really at the end of the day was the reason I had the opportunity to come to Northwestern. You know, you're a better football player when you're around better players, and there's no doubt that's what allowed me to have the opportunity. And just like you talked about here, you know, you talked about Dylan Braxton, a receiver that a two-sport standout, outstanding baseball player, outstanding football player. You know, one of those guys that just shows up every day to work. He's one that you want in your corner, and you know, he's kind of the bell cow. Titus Williams, another defensive. You know, Dylan Braxton being a receiver, Titus being a defensive back, but another two-sport
baseball guy,
baseball
right?
And football. To see the progress that he made watching film over the end of last year to where he is now. You know, and then a lot of people always, you know, ask about the quarterback, and rightfully so here at Natchitoches Central. Owen Smith came in as a sophomore last year and had an outstanding year. Of course, the stats speak for itself, you know, well over 2,000 yards. But, you know, he's just got that it factor is, you know, and I think that's something a lot of times you can't coach. Either you have it or you don't. And, you know, that's one thing that he has. Another young man that you're going to talk to, Jeremy Lowe. Jeremy Lowe, a junior just like Owen. You know, really came on last year as a defensive back and and looking forward to seeing his progress both on the field and from a leadership perspective.
I know my history, and you know I'm not Googling because I'm standing out here with a phone. Jesse Burton was a graduate of Natchitoches Central, Rodney Bodine, and Joe Dumars, right?
That's correct, yeah.
The famous basketball Joe Dumars, which I didn't know till about 5 years ago when somebody told me he went to school here, Coach.
There is, you go back and you look in all sports, a lot of tradition here at Natchitoches Central High School. We want to ramp that up from in a football perspective, but you go back and you look at the history of Natchitoches Central. We had a Meet the Chiefs event, last weekend, and you just saw the community come out and support, and you saw some of those old players come back. So, we want this to be the 2024 version of Natchitoches Central football, and live up to those of the past and those that have come before us.
And I want to throw a name out that's at UL right now, starting offensive lineman. I think he's an NFL prospect, A.J. Gilly, who's 6'4", 315. You probably even recruited him back in the day.
A.J., I tell you, when he's really come on, as he's gotten to the next level. I mean, you really seen him, take it to the next level and make the most of his opportunity, and I think he's got a bright future in this profession.
Coach, thank you for letting me roam the campus today and come talk to you. We're doing this early in the morning on a Wednesday, but I appreciate you letting us be here today, Coach.
Well, anytime Lee Burkeen comes by your high school, then that's a privilege. So, Lee, we appreciate you supporting these young men and what you've done, not just this year, but in the past, because at the end of the day, it's about these young men.
Right.
And that's always been your mission, and we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Titus Williams, Natchitoches Central High School, strong safety, football, left fielder for baseball.
Appreciate you, Titus, letting us interview you today. We actually were by your locker and got all the football equipment, all natural. Tell everybody what it's like to juggle two sports and be good in both, because you told me you got a chance to get drafted in baseball.
I've been playing both sports for 13 years now. It's always a task that I've always been up to, a real tough challenge. My brother, actually, he didn't play baseball, but he played football. So did my dad, but I wanted to be different. So I had to start off with baseball, then I worked my way into football. And it's something that I really put a lot of effort into.
And in football, you're looked at as a possible D1 football player too, because you're tall and you can run, and you're a good receiver and DB for the team, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about when it comes to choice? If you get a D1 in both, would you like to play both, or would you lean to one?
I would love to play both, actually. My dad wants me to go for football. My mom wants me to go for baseball. They just want what's better for me.
And you're going to be a senior class of 225 coming up. Y'all have an inter-squad scrimmage. I'm not going to say the date because we don't know when we're going to play this, but
yes, sir.
I know tomorrow y'all got an inter-squad scrimmage and a great season coming up. But Titus, good luck to you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Dylan Braxton, Natchitoches Central High School.
Dylan, good to see you, man. I know you're a big baseball guy and football player, and you told me you like baseball a little more for college. Tell me about the two. What's the difference for you right now?
Well, actually, I stopped playing football when I was probably 5 or 6, but baseball always been with me since I was 3. I've been playing for a very long time. I just fell in love with the sport. And last year, Jess Curtis talked to me about coming back out, so I gave it a shot. Had a great season. So I'm back again, try to do even better.
Yeah, receiver, DB for the team, big playmaker. Going to be a senior, class 225 for baseball, football. So tell everybody what position you really like the most in football.
I like receiver.
Okay.
I like running after the catch, just because I got speed. I like just getting out, running down the field.
Now, there's been some Braxtons come out in Natchitoches for sports. Tell me your family ties. I know there's some famous people in your family.
Yes, sir. One of my cousins, Xavier Braxton, played football at Natchitoches Central. Then he played at NSU, and my uncle, he played football for Natchitoches Central. So just trying to keep the family.
Talk about your
tradition
uncle.
going.
We don't leave him out. What's his name? So.
Calvin Braxton.
Yeah, he's a big name around here.
Yes, sir.
And I know, like I said, the Braxton name is pretty big with sports. And then baseball. Tell us about what position you play and what do you think about college baseball?
I play right field for Natchitoches Central and a little bit of catcher. Should do pretty good this year. Got a great team, full of seniors. Should be pretty good.
You know, got a shot to go deep on the playoffs. What,
Yes, sir.
what is your strength? Is it average? Is it homers? Is it singles? Is it still in bases? What is your strength?
I try to do a little bit of everything. I try not to, hit the ball out the park every time. That's when your swing get messed up. So it eventually go out eventually. So you just got to keep praying and swinging. Don't try and do too much.
Dylan, talk about some colleges that you're considering for baseball, because I know that's where you're leaning for college.
Yes, sir. I don't know if I want to go JUCO yet, or D1. If I go D1, it'd be the Southeastern. Because I like all the coaches. It's not far from home. It's just right there.
They got a great program, too. They're always in the regionals, it seems.
Yes, sir.
And you can't go wrong because Northwestern's here. Northwestern State's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
But Nichols is pretty good. Tech.
Yes, sir.
So can't go wrong. And then you never know, man. LSU might be giving you a ring at some point.
Yes, sir.
Well, good to meet you, and good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys, serious injuries.
Owen Smith, Natchitoches Central High School, football.
Owen, good to be here today at Natchitoches Central. You're the quarterback at the school, going to be a junior.
Yes, sir.
And I want to mention this so your mom and dad understand that's not your current jersey number behind you, just so people know. Tell everybody your correct jersey number. 8, right?
Number 8.
Number 8. What's it like playing for a former head college football coach, Brad Laird, a guy that's got a lot of college experience?
I mean, it's really organized. The whole practice is split into periods. Never miss a beat.
Got Jay Thomas on the staff. That was the former head coach at Northwestern State. It's pretty neat.
Yes, sir.
Here. You told me you started your career off at Calvary Baptist, that you lettered as a holder and played JV quarterback. So you got a lot of experience prior to coming to Natchitoches Central, right?
Yes, sir.
What made you come to Natchitoches Central? You said you came in 23.
Yes, sir. Well, my dad is about to retire from the fire department. Wanted to live on the water, got on cane, started coming to Natchitoches Central.
And that's it, huh? There you go. What is it like being the QB? I mean, because when things are going great, you get all the accolades. When they're not going good, there's all the pressures on you. So are you ready for that this year?
Yes, sir, I'm ready. Like you said, it's a lot of pressure sometimes. You got other people looking up to you. You just got to try and be the best leader you can be.
Owen, what's your goals for this year being a junior quarterback for Natchitoches Central?
Like personal goals?
Yeah, what do you
I want to be top 5 in passing yards through all 10 regular season games. I want to make it playoffs and still be top 5.
That's good, man. And you got 2 years of football left counting this year. Good to meet you, and good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.